Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and today in studio I have the three cheerleading captains coming off a Middlesex League championship, so it's a great honor and pleasure to have you guys in. We've got Erin Murray, we've got Lilly King, and we've got Bella Iascone. So we'll go right around the room, introduce yourselves, how long you've cheered, what spot do you play on, what spot are you on the floor, and do you tumble and all that fun stuff with competitive cheer. So, Erin, you're off.
I'm Erin. I'm a main base on the cheer team. I've been on the high school team for 3 years, and I've been cheering for 7 years.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Lilly next.
I'm Lily. I'm a flyer. I've been on the high school team for 3 years, and I've been cheering for 11 years.
And Bella?
I'm Bella Iascone. I'm a main base, and I've been cheering for 4 years.
For 4 years. Perfect. Now, you're all here because you're captains of the cheerleading team. And what I try to get out of you is what do you see your role as the captain? Bella, we're going to start with you.
I feel like because I'm like the only senior captain, I have not like more of an important role, but like one of like the bigger roles, and of kind of, I feel like I see my role as like encouraging people, like off and on the mat to be like not better people, but like better athletes and like be the best that we possibly can be, just pushing people to like the furthest that they can go.
Good answer. Lily, you're next. What do you see? I know you're a junior.
Yeah.
You two are junior captains. What do you see your role as a captain?
I feel like my role as a captain is just to kind of like make sure everyone's like trying their best. I try to make sure like everyone's having a good time at practice and like make things fun while still having people do stuff. Because I understand like when we're throwing everything at people, it can get like stressful.
Okay, and Erin?
For me, because I'm not the most outspoken person, I try to really set a good example at practice with both, my tumbling, my stunting, and like keeping a good attitude. That's one of the things we talked about in the captain's meeting, too.
Okay, so that's a great transition. We're going to go Captain's Council. The AD, Dennis Ingram, has started the Captain's Council. All the captains of the fall sports get together a morning before school. Sometimes he brings Bagel World. Sometimes he gives you a free T-shirt. Sometimes you win stuff. So I want to transition that, Erin. That's perfect for me. What have you taken away from those Captain's Council meetings?
They really were, like, impactful, I feel like. Like, we talked about, like, you have to always, like, persevere. Even when there's a dip, you have to stay up and keep everyone else in good spirits, kind of. And,
Yep, that's good. Lily?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the thing we learned about like the dip, how like you could be at your absolute like best and then something could happen and the whole team could like dip down, but you just have to make sure that everyone's like together so that we can go right back up.
Okay, the hard part is being the third person in the group. Bella, is there anything different? Is this your first year as captain, or have you been on the Captain's Council before?
This is my first year as captain.
Okay, and what have you taken away from that?
I feel like that obviously is a big part, but I also think being captains and / senior, like setting a good example and like being a good role model for all the younger girls, because they like copy what we do and like see our behavior as like what is right and wrong, I feel like.
Okay, that's good. So it's been. Do you all agree that it's been very beneficial?
yes.
For everybody. So it's a beneficial.
Yeah.
So we go back to Dennis. I can say, Mr. Ingram, the kids are really picking stuff up and really working, which is it's always good to hear that feedback. Being captains allows you to schedule captain dinners, run music on the bus, all that fun stuff. Bella, we're going to go back to you because you went last. What are the team dinners? What are they like? I know you sometimes do it with the football team, sometimes do it separate. So why don't you take the separate team dinners and how do those operate? Who scheduled them? What are they like?
Usually it's the parents that schedule them. We just had one at Tremezza with our coaches, but usually it's just like the girls. And they're really fun. Like it's the night before competition, so we all just like get to hang out. Like we all always have our fake tan on. And, like sometimes, like one time we did karaoke at my house, like sometimes we just put a movie on, like, and we just eat and we hang out. It's like fun and it's like low key but it's just nice to like all be together before competition.
You said eat. What's your favorite captain's dinner? Food wise.
I didn't eat at a ton of them because like sometimes we got out of practice early, so like I would eat.
Yeah,
a lot of them had like Frangos.
What's your favorite captain's dinner just overall that you had the most fun with the team? How about that?
Probably this year at Colin Allard's. It was the first one, and like we were all just hanging out by the fire, and we actually got seats at that one.
Okay.
So
That was a football captain's dinner, right?
yeah.
All right. So Lily, switching off to you, what do you take out of the captain's dinner? What are your takeaways? What are you learning about your team or your teammates, or what do you find is positive or good about them?
I think that they're just fun because you can like hang out with your teammates in a way that we wouldn't normally at practice, and just like getting to interact with like other people and like the football team and just have that social aspect definitely like helps to like understand everybody on the team better.
Okay, your favorite captain's dinner meal?
Well, we
Is there
had the
one?
cheer one at Trey Mezzo's, and that one was good.
That was good.
Mhm.
Okay, shout out to Tremezzo's. Erin, you get the final question on captain's dinners. Again, they've both had great takeaways. What's your takeaway? What are you getting out of it?
I think like it's really good for team bonding because like at practice everyone's really serious, but then we get to like at a dinner, we're not in cheer, we're out of cheer. We get to have fun, get to know each other more, and eat good food.
So the fun part is probably the best. Good food and fun, correct?
Yeah.
You guys enjoy the football team captain's dinners. Just going to give a show of hands. Anybody, Bella, do you enjoy the football team, or do you feel like out of place?
I enjoy them.
You enjoy it, Lily?
I enjoy it.
And
Yeah.
Erin? Enjoy it. Good. So there's good food and good fun, and the football team's there, and everybody should at least enjoy them. A question: when you go to football games, are you on your own bus?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to competition, you have your own bus.
Yeah.
So, Erin, I'm going to go to you. Do you have music on the bus, and who's controlling that music?
Yep, we do have music on the bus controlled by Bella Iascone. Yep.
And is she a good DJ or not?
She is. She asks for our input if we want like some country, laid back, chill, or if we want some like upbeat, like Who Let the Dogs Out.
So when is the different style or different type of music want it, Lily? When do you want country? When do you want the Who Let the Dogs Out type thing? Do you make a determination of going to and from a game or a competition?
It's usually like, I feel like on the way home, our music is definitely more upbeat. And like sometimes like when we're getting like it's a far drive or it's like really dark, we'll listen to like country. Or if everyone's just like tired, we also do that. But it's definitely like when everyone is up in their seats and like ready to sing, we have like more upbeat music.
Okay, Belle, it's been a tough year for our football team. Everybody knows it. I didn't get your face on the camera. That's probably good. Are you on the bus? I guess the question. You guys are you're not on the bus with the football team?
Correct.
So what are the bus rides like after a loss?
Well, considering every game we've lost, usually like we don't even, I know football, they're like silent on the way home, but we like, and it doesn't matter if it was like a really bad game, like a okay game, good game. We usually have like upbeat music, like just happy to be there. Like I feel like the bus rides are have always been fun. I feel like throughout like even the past 4 years for me, but this year I feel like because I'm kind of the one like running it, it's just like always fun, and that's like something that I always look forward to. It's because it's always so happy and fun, and like we're always like screaming to something.
So what's it like? That's football. What's it like after a cheer competition? You're probably all exhausted anyway because it's a long day. Is there any difference in the music you're playing on the way home after a cheer comp versus when you've come home from a football game?
I feel like, yes, for me personally, like for the football games, I just like have fun and like sing and scream, like even if I lose my voice. But I feel like on the way to competitions, I always have like I'll sing, but like I won't like go like all out because like I want to like I kind of like try and focus, but also like enough that my nerves go away. And then on the ride home, whenever we win or if we win, we play "We Are the Champions" right away, and we all scream.
I like that's awesome. Now I know you won, and we'll talk about that in a minute. One of the things I always find when I have cheerleaders in is the discrepancy between game cheering and competitive cheering. Now, I've been a father of a long-time competitive cheerleader, I understand the differences. It's not rah-rah, sis boom bah, we're just having the pom-poms on the football game. Let's start with game cheering. I'm going to go to you, Lily, next. What's your job and what's the role of the game day cheerleader?
So when we're at game day cheerleading, we try to like be more upbeat. Like we always have to have like a certain presentation on. We have to look put together, and we all have to just make sure that we're cheering like loud and tight. We can't just be a mess out there because we're in front of so many people, and we're not just representing ourselves, we're representing a whole nother team.
Okay, and Erin, how many different cheers do we have for football and basketball game day? Is there a number? Is it 150 or 2 or 3?
Probably like 15 cheers, I'd say.
15. So what's your favorite one?
Probably Move It, Go To It.
Move It. I don't know that one. I'll have to try to figure that one. Lily, what's your favorite cheer?
BEAT.
BEAT.
Or like Beat Those Rivals.
Okay, good. And Bella?
Mine's Fight, Score, Win.
Okay. Fight, score. I don't know that one. I do know mine. I shouldn't really tell anybody, but I do know it. This comes from like way back. It's because I knew how to spell when I was in high school. I was playing football, so you hear it. Mine was always BEAGGRESSIV, beat, aggressive.
Yeah,
Not
we don't
yours?
do that at
No?
all.
Well, tell me. I'm asking, do that for one of the basketball games, and I'll laugh up in the booth when we're upstairs.
We'll have to wait and see.
So that's game cheering. It's the one where everybody really, oh, that's cheerleading. That's really not a sport. Blah blah blah. All that crap that people talk. Now we can talk about competitive cheerleading, which you guys really are doing, and you're very successful at it because we won some league championships and we won the last one. Bella, I'm going to start with you. Give me a description. What is competitive cheer? What is it like? What is the competition cheer going to be like?
I feel like it is so different from like the sideline cheer, and it's very like physically and mentally demanding. I feel like it's 50% physical, 50% mental, because it's so like it's so like hard physically and emotionally. And I honestly like coming from like I played other sports growing up, like I played lacrosse in high school and growing up, and cheer has always been the hardest sport that I've played, because it's obviously it's a team sport, and everybody has to work together in order for things to successfully happen. Yeah.
Okay. So Lily, to you, what is the competition? How long is it? Do you tumble? Do you do what stunts you do? How many stunts you have to do? Just give us a brief. How long is it? Because it's physically taxing, and then you have to remember everything as well. How's that go?
So a competition day, it usually starts. We have to wake up really early. So like I'd say we wake up around like 5 or 6. We go somewhere to get ready, and then at the competition, depends on how far away it is, we get there, we have time to like get settled down, we can go wherever we need, then we come back. For our first warm-up, we do like stunting, or we like tumble, and then we stunt, and then we like mark through our whole routine and make sure that there's nothing wrong, because like they can tell you right before you go on, this is illegal and we're going to take points off, and you have, let's say, like 5 minutes to change your routine right there.
So who's changing the routine, you or the coaches?
The coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the period of time of the whole actual cheer?
Like
Erin, you guys know either? How long does it go? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Anybody know?
Like the routine itself?
Yeah.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2:30, and it's all go out. So what is that composed of? Is tumbling, stunting, meaning throwing people up and down, making pyramids and stuff like that. And then there's probably an aspect of cheer.
We have a cheer, and then the cheer's at the beginning. Throughout the whole routine, we jump, we tumble, we stunt, we do a pyramid, and then at the end of the routine, we do a dance.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you have cheer, jump, stunt, tumble, pyramid, dance.
Yep.
So a lot of things going into that. All the moving parts have to work.
Yes.
Who picks the music for it, and do you like the music you have this year? We'll go with you, Lily.
So our coaches pick the music, and then we have a company make it. And I feel like our music this year is good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What's Erin? What's the gist of the music? Is it a mix of everything, or is it? Again, I know how it works. I used to have to listen to it all the time. How do the mix? Is it one song that's different, or how does that work?
There's a lot of songs that go into it, but this year we have a lot of like fierce like speakers that talk over it, and like it makes us seem stronger, I feel like. And I feel like for me it like hypes me up in the routine when it's like strong. That's what it feels like.
Okay, I'm going to go around the room, and what's the most difficult? What do you each feel is the most difficult part of competition day, and then actually competing? So 2 answers. I'm going to start with you, Erin.
Wait, what was the second?
Most difficult part of the day, and
Okay.
actually doing the doing actually the competition.
The most difficult part of the day is, I feel like, kind of keeping my like mentality in check. You really have to like calm yourself down during the day, like deep breaths, like yeah. And like in the routine, it is kind of just like muscle memory, but just remembering everything in that moment, I feel like.
Okay. Lily?
I feel like competition day is, like she said, keeping a good mentality, making sure that you're like fueling your body still, because you just like forget about everything in the moment. And then competing is just like keeping a hold of your adrenaline, because it's so much and it all comes at like just competitions. So you just have to like know what you're doing.
Very good. Bella?
That I was gonna say that I feel like the mental battle is the biggest part on competition day. I feel like it like consumes you completely. But also like while competing, 1,000% the adrenaline, because like she said, we don't have that kind of adrenaline at practice. It's like something you only experience while competing at competition, and you can't let it like overpower you and let you fall or do something crazy or forget what you need to do. So it really, yeah,
Keep
really
it
like
energy. Good. Yeah. So you had a big competition on Monday, which is the Middlesex League Championships. I see you, 2 of you have the shirt on. Bella, I'll start with you. What was that, and how did we do?
That competition, it was leagues. It was just a few teams in our league, the Freedom League. And we won. It was a little bit of a tough day. We half an hour before we got on the bus, we had to change our routine. We had to take a back spot off mat and put a different one in, because the back spot got hurt. So Erin's group had 30 minutes to learn all the stunts in the routine. And we still won.
Still won. Trauma. That's good. Lily, what's it like winning the Freedom Division, and what happens next? What's the next steps for the team?
It's like a really good feeling to win that division, because we're not in the easiest division and there are a lot of teams. But the next step is regionals.
Okay, and if you win regionals, what happens after that?
We go to states.
If you win states, what happens after that?
Well, we don't. Yeah.
We just
Don't
win
know
the
yet?
best.
Season.
You're the best. Okay, so we've won the league. Bella, this is your 4th year cheering, right? Mm-hmm. How many times have we won the league? How many times have we won regionals? How many times have we gone to states and done well? Do we have an answer on that one?
I have won leagues 5 times, and I've won regionals once.
Okay, so this year the goal is to win regionals and win states, I assume?
Yep.
All right. We're going to come back to the question. Erin, you had to change up your group.
Yeah.
I assume you were the lead of the group. What was that like, mentally, physically? And you seemed to persevere because you did win.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot, especially to like put it on her too, to just have to go like an hour before being told that she was going to be on the mat. Like that must be a lot for her to take in, I feel like.
Who was her?
Ava Potvin.
Okay.
Sophomore. I feel like that, especially for me, I had to keep like extra calm and like be there for everyone, like reminding everyone of the counts and stuff, because like everything was just changing. So.
Okay. And that was your job as the captain, as the lead. Has that happened to any of you guys before, where somebody dropped out? No?
Not that close before competition.
Okay. And you didn't do anything, like you said earlier, if they see something that'll get you penalties, you have to change. Have you had to do that over the last course of the years? Mm-hmm. How many times that happened?
Just a few times. It happened last year at the end of our routine. They said if we didn't change something, we would get like a penalty. So we had to change it literally right before we went on to compete.
But again, Wilmington High School cheerleading, which is born out of our Pop Warner program, because all you did Pop Warner, I think.
I didn't.
You didn't do Pop Warner? Bella, why didn't you do Pop Warner?
I was a gymnast my whole life.
Okay, that's why you're a good cheerleader, though. Gymnast. So you did Erin and Lily, you did Pop Warner. How long did you do Pop Warner, and did you win any championships there? Lily, you want to go first?
I don't know how many years, but I started when I was 5.
Okay.
So yeah. And wait, what was the second question?
Did you win?
Did I win?
Did you go down to Disney and win?
I won nationals once and got second place twice.
Okay, Erin, how about you?
I started in 2017.
Okay.
I think that was 4th grade. And unfortunately, I was not on their team when they won.
Okay.
Never won.
Did you ever get to go to Disney though?
Yeah, I did. And I think I won. I'd never won the Disney competition, but I think we did win like the ones before that. Okay. Just never nationals.
Hey, it's a great experience, I think, for in the cheerleading world. And Bella didn't really need it because she was a gymnast. She's won like 5 league championships now in her 4 years, which is great because you've won league championship both football and basketball, winter and fall, correct?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to transition now to coaching. As you probably know, I tell this on every show. I am the JV baseball coach right now at Wilmington High School. I'd just like to get feedback from the student athletes. What's one piece of advice? It doesn't have to be for me or your coach. What's one piece of advice you would give a coach, a high school coach from a high school athlete? Erin, we're going to start with you.
I think that keeping a good positive attitude, even when like things aren't going the best, you have to give like the corrections, but also I feel like there's a way to deliver it so that it wants the athletes to keep getting better and want to keep, you know what I mean? Like,
yep. I understand completely.
Yeah.
Lily, you're next.
I would say just understand your athletes. Understand what everybody else needs. Like, if you're being like hard on them, know like maybe after you need to compliment them if they change it.
Okay, and Bella, we'll go with you with final.
I would completely agree with what both of them said. I think having that like a fine line, or like not having a fine line, having like a line of like coach and any other relationship that you have with them. Like at the end of the day, they're your coach and they need to,
Line of demarcation. So
yes.
You want it to be, coach is here and athlete is here.
Exactly.
But there has to be some sort of separation. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm keeping it on you. What is the role of a cheerleading coach? What do they do? And do you ever want to be one?
I think the role of a cheerleading coach is, I don't know. I feel like for cheerleading, it's definitely cheerleading altogether. It's more of like it's a longer season and everybody is, I feel like, way closer. And so I feel like, and that includes the coach. I feel like we're all just like a family. Okay. And I honestly, like, sometimes I like feel like my coach is like my mom, like, because of how close we all are. Yeah.
Okay. Lily, I'm going to change up a little bit. I'm a parent with a 4th grade person, girl, could be a boy, because I guess boys can cheer if they want. What advice would you give me, and what advice would you give to that student? What's cheerleading like at Wilmington High School?
I feel like cheerleading in general, it's a very like long sport, so it's going to take a lot. You have to be determined, and you have to know what you're getting yourself into. It's not cheap either. But Wilmington High School cheer is like, it's like a positive attitude. Like she said, it's a family. So everyone is like close on the team, and you spend so much time with everyone and your coaches that it just becomes like an atmosphere. It's like a fun place to be.
Okay, Erin, when you were 2017 in 4th grade, did you aspire? Did you get to see the cheer? Did you go to like the Pop Warner night? Did you aspire? Was that something I want to be like that?
Totally. I just got a picture that came up today. It was like 5 years ago. It was the high school cheerleaders then at leagues. The Pop Warner girls all went to support them, and I just like remember like watching them, and I was like, I want to be that when I get older.
So before we go to the individual part, what's one thing you will remember about your whole cheerleading career that's made you a better person? Bella, you go first.
I think one thing that I've learned over the past few years is just like, honestly, like how lucky I've been to be able to do all this. And like, Deb Smith, she has fought a lot of hard battles, and she always says, when things are hard or whenever we're struggling or people aren't trying. And, she's like, always remember that there's someone who are going through harder battles than you are and who would do anything to, be in your position and get to fight the battles that you're fighting. And when that really spoke to me when she said that, because it really put it into perspective.
Okay, that's a really nice response. I've known Deb for a long time as well. My daughter cheered for her, and she's tough as nails, but she actually understands the whole scheme of everything going on. So we're going to do the individual questions first. After this, we'll get the shout out. Erin, you're going to get to go first. You took the bad seat because you'll get the questions. They'll know what the questions are going to be going forward, but they're not hard. They're just really more personal questions. Okay. So we're going to start with Erin. First thing, former or present teammate you've learned the most from?
Hold on. I would say this team this year, I've learned the most from. Honestly, seeing Bella in a position of having power, she sets such a good example. And also even freshmen, Lily French, she's one of our freshmen this year, and seeing it's a breath of fresh air kind of. She is just so she's the epitome of a good cheerleader. Yeah. Even her attitude, her skills. Yeah.
Okay. What's one thing you learned in cheerleading that you can relate back to the classroom, that help you in the classroom?
Like a trait?
One.
Something that you're taking from the cheerleading, you've done in cheerleading, and you've used something you've learned there that has helped you in the classroom.
I would say probably resilience. Okay. Because from practice, you have to be tough and keep going. Kind of in school when you have to do your work to get good grades.
Good. That's a good answer. Other sports or activities you do at the high school?
None.
Just do cheerleading.
Go to the gym. Both seasons.
What's your favorite moment so far of your high school cheerleading career?
Winning regionals last year.
Okay. And is there a favorite athlete or role model that you have? There's not really famous cheerleaders, but is there somebody that you look up to as an athlete that you aspire to learn from and be?
Tiffany Smith.
Okay, good answer there. Who do you credit who's influenced you, and what coaches do you credit? We'll start with coaches.
Kelly McGowan and Deb Smith.
Okay, those are the coaches. And who would you say influenced you the most to get to this point in your cheerleading career?
Probably Deb, I would say.
Okay. If you were going to have a walk-up song for cheerleading, what would it be? They're going to announce Erin Murray, and you go out. What's the song going to be?
Run This Town.
Run This Town. All right. What adjective best describes you or your team? If I said Erin Murray is, what would your teammates answer?
Determined.
Okay. What are you going to miss? And you're going to be here another year, so not so much miss, but what are you going to miss the most from the current group? And what challenges do you see going forward for being a senior?
I'm going to miss the kind of I don't know the word for it, the strong nature of our group right now. I feel like we all mend together really well. So next year, I don't know how that's going to change. And what challenges?
What do you think next year will be a challenge? You've been a captain this year. What do you see as your challenges going forward? Oh, that's fine. There are none. There it goes.
Cut that.
We'll keep the miss. We'll skip. That was a tougher. I shouldn't be that mean and ask those tough questions. I apologize. Lilly, you're next on the hot seat. Present or former teammate who you've learned the most from?
I think that mine would be Tiffany Smith.
Okay. And why is that?
She pushed me to be so much better because I was a freshman and she was a senior. She definitely just pushed me to do all the skills that I was doing at that age.
Okay. And what is something you learned in cheerleading that you've applied to the classroom?
I say hardworking, being hardworking.
And it helps you. So you have to work hard in both situations?
Yeah.
It's good. Somebody's hardworking in the classroom. I don't know if I always was. Other sports activities you do at the high school?
I do track.
You track. Your favorite moment up till now for cheerleading?
I would say I really like the bus rides.
Okay.
I always remember the bus rides.
Okay. And athlete that you look up to, or who would be a role model for you?
I would just say like most college cheerleaders.
Okay. And then who do you want to credit? Coaches you want to credit, and who has influenced you to get to this point?
I want to credit Deb Smith, and she was the one that's influenced me.
Okay, perfect. What would your walk-up song be?
Run This Town too.
We can't have Run This Town on both.
It's gonna be everyone.
Are you going to be Run This Town too?
Yes, that's my song.
Can I tell you something? I have no idea what that song is, but we'll move on from that because I'm an old fool sometimes. Adjective that best would describe Lilly King. If I went to Bella and went to Erin, what adjective would they use to describe Lilly?
Energetic.
Okay. And what are you going to miss the most about this group of kids, and are there challenges coming forward?
I feel like I'm just gonna miss how well we work together, like she said. And I feel like some challenges are just gonna be like, we're gonna get new girls. We've never known them. I don't think I really know the girls in the group under me. So getting to know people that I've never cheered with.
That's a really good answer. I like that answer. So Bella, you're last on the spot. You get a couple extra questions because you are the senior in the team. First one is simple: present or former teammate that you've learned the most from?
Rachel Nally. She was a senior when I was a freshman, and she was kind of like the first one to come up to me, and then we based together and we just got close. And she was a captain. She was a really great captain, and I just learned. I watched her every day, and I was like that's who I want to be when I'm a senior. And even now, as a captain, when I think about the way I want to do things or how I want to approach something, I literally say to myself, what would Rachel do?
Okay, perfect. That's a great answer. What's something you learned you're taking from cheerleading you can apply in the classroom?
Honestly, kindness. Obviously hard work and stuff, but being kindness.
Kindness. Okay, and what other activities or sports you do at high school?
Just cheer, and I work.
You gave up lacrosse?
Yeah.
Okay, a long time. Favorite moment? Now you're a senior, so you're coming up to the end.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment all-time cheerleading for Wilmington High?
There's so many.
Well, you have to pick one.
I know. I think I've.
Okay, give me three.
Okay, I have two.
Two.
Well, one, this isn't specifically, but just all the moments of Nick's senior, my brother, his senior year, just experiencing all of that. I feel with getting to experience it with him, that was awesome. It was really awesome. But also I would say my freshman year league. So the first competition I ever won, it was such a talented team.
So your brother in leagues, perfect. They match out. He'll like that answer, I'm sure. Is there an athlete or somebody you look up to, role model type of person?
Rachel Nally.
Rachel, good. Shout out to Rachel. Coaches want to credit, and other people who have influenced you to get to this point.
Obviously Deb Smith, but I would also say Kelly McGowan and Kylie Ballerino. They both were my coaches freshman year. And I love both of them.
Okay, good. What's your walk-up song if we say it's Bella Iascone? Boom.
Run This Town. It'll always be Run This Town.
I'm going to have to get background. No, we can't play that on YouTube, so that's fine. Adjective that if I asked Lilly and Erin here, how would they describe Bella Iascone?
Honest.
Honest?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no wrong answer there, by the way, just so you know. No, there's no wrong answer. You could tell me you're crazy, and I'd say, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah, crazy.
We're not gonna. What are you gonna miss the most?
It's a hard question. I think honestly, the bonds that you create with the people that you meet on the team, and it's friendships that I'll always have. And
Okay, good. What's the future hold for Bella?
I'm going to college. I don't know where yet, but I might cheer. Who knows?
You're all going to go to college.
Yeah.
Good. I like to hear that. Now we're going to come to I give a shout out. Each of you are going to get an opportunity to shout out anybody that you want. It can be a long list, it can be a short list. Hopefully you won't forget anybody that watches this and says, I can't believe you didn't shout me out. But that's okay, because a lot of people have missed a lot of people in the future. So here's how this is going to work. Bella, you'll be looking at this camera and name of the shout out. We're going to go Erin, Lilly, and Bella. And Erin and Lilly, you'll look straight over that camera right there. So the good news is, Erin, you get to start. You can shout anybody out. And who's it going to be? Go.
Shout out to my mom, my dad, my Mimi, and my papa.
Okay. Lilly.
Shout out to my parents and then my brothers.
Okay. And wait, Bella, I got to switch cameras. Bella.
A huge shout out to my mom for absolutely everything she's done for me. And a shout out to my little sister, Jules.
Okay, good. And then I want to thank you guys for coming in. We have Erin Murray, we have Lilly King, we have Bella Iascone, 2 juniors and a seniors. They are Middlesex League champions, which is only our second one this fall, which is nice to have, to get champions at high school. It's been a tough fall for everybody, but I really appreciate you guys came in. Thanks a lot for sharing a lot of great stories about competitive cheer, which most people don't understand, and how that sort of thing works. So for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.